Hi guys, it's Paula and I hope you are doing well. Happy New Year! It is officially January 1st. It actually is not officially January 1st for me. It is still December 31st. But when you are watching this, it is officially January 1st. And it is time to talk about Pan That Palette for 2023. This is a big day for us project panners, isn't it? It is the day we choose our Pan That Palette for the year. It is an exciting time. I have been spending way too much time on Instagram and on YouTube seeing what everybody else did with their finales for last year and are planning to do for 2023. It is just electrifying. I feel the electricity in the air, and that excitement is definitely contagious, and it's the best. It's my favorite. So let's talk about Pan That Palette 2023. For years and years and years now, I think since 2017, I have consistently done the Pantastic Ladies theme for Pan That Palette. It always worked out. I never said I had to do that. Nobody from the Pantastic Ladies ever said I had to do that, but I always felt like I could find a palette within my collection that suited the theme, and that way I could do the Pantastic Ladies theme. The Pantastic Ladies chooses their theme each year by a democratic process. People submit their ideas in a post, and ultimately we vote on our favorites and we whittle the categories down. There might be like 50 or 60 options to choose from when the polling starts. And we go through like 5 rounds of polling, and at the end, it's settled between the top 3 and the winner becomes the theme. It's a democracy over at the Pantastic Ladies when it comes to Pan That Palette themes, and that's what makes it so fun, because you feel like you had a hand in choosing. Now granted, a lot of times the theme that I vote for is not chosen, but I still like that we as a collective group got to choose the theme. And this past year was the first time that I have ever submitted a theme for Pan That Palette. It was an idea that I came up with actually in January of 2022. And literally the second the idea came to me, I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that for Pan That Palette last year? And I just thought, you know what? We're just going to sit on it. We're just going to sit on it. We're going to let it chill. And if it's still a good idea in fall, you could submit it for Pan That Palette 2023. And that's what happened. I've kept that little idea in my head all year long. I didn't say a word. And when it came to submitting our ideas, I submitted it. And it didn't get picked. It didn't get picked. A lot of people told me they liked the idea, but it didn't get picked. And I think by now you will know that the theme that was picked was called Kicking It Old School, which is a theme that was created in collaboration between Jessica and Dana. And I like the idea very much. I think that the palette I chose fits that theme, although, to be honest, I kind of think that my entire makeup collection is getting to be under the category of old school. I mean, the idea of kicking it old school is pick an old palette to pan. And I see why people like that concept. I think a lot of people like to pan out the oldest stuff that they own. I get why that is such an attractive theme to the masses, because a lot of us want to work through our oldest makeup so that we're not left with a bunch of aging products in our collection, because we know that our oldest makeup is going bad. So I totally get why that theme was so popular. Now, after my theme idea was eliminated from the competition, I got a message from a panner named LJ, and she's not on Facebook. She's not a member of Pantastic Ladies. She's not currently a member of the Pantastic Ladies Facebook group, although she does do Pantastic Ladies projects. And she sent me a DM and she said, I'm really sorry your theme did not get picked. I have no idea what it is, but I'll do it with you if you still want to do your theme, which was the sweetest thing. Thank you, LJ. That was just made my day. She didn't even know what the theme was. She's like, I don't care. I'll do it with you. If you want to do your theme, I'll do it with you and we could do it together. And I just thought that was the sweetest thing. And at the time I was still thinking about maybe holding on to my idea for another year and maybe resubmitting it for Pan That Palette 2024. And, I wasn't sure what I was going to do. I also kind of felt like I've done the Pantastic Ladies theme every single year. And I think I was having a hard time with not doing the Pantastic Ladies theme because it's what I've always done for as many years as I've done Pan That Palette. So then about a week after that, I got a message from C. And she said, Paula, I really liked your Pan That Palette theme, and I wanted to let you know that if you're interested in doing your theme, I will do it with you. And I was like, huh, well, this is getting interesting, isn't it? First, LJ offered to do my Pantastic Ladies theme with me. Then C reached out to me and offered to do my Pantastic Ladies theme with me. And I was like, do I really want to sit on this for a whole nother year, or would I like to just do it now? But I said, you know what, C, I will definitely consider that. Give me some time to think about it, because this was back in like mid-October, beginning of November. It was a while ago. And I said, let me think about it and I'll let you know, because this is really catching me off guard. And she said, okay, that's fine. Then Dana reached out to me, the person who created the theme that won alongside Jessica. And she reached out to me and she said, Paula, I'm really sorry your theme, something along the lines of, I'm paraphrasing here, but she said something like, hey, I'm really sorry your theme didn't win. Jessica and I are doing our Pan That Palette together. We are doing the Kicking It Old School theme that they created. However, we're also going to be pairing another palette with our Pan That Palette, and it made us think of your idea. So we were wondering if you wanted to collaborate together and include your Pan That Palette theme in with us. And then I was like, okay, all right, there's something behind this. Obviously the majority of the Pantastic Ladies did not want this theme, but there's enough people that want this that I think the time is right to do it. So for the first time ever, I am not exclusively doing the Pantastic Ladies Pan That theme palette, but I am doing my Pan That palette theme, which is called #BetterTogetherPTP, Pan That palette. The theme was Better Together. And the idea behind Better Together was that you pick any two palettes from your makeup collection that are better together rather than separate. So that could be one palette that's super neutral and bland and one palette that's super colorful. One palette that's completely matte along one palette with more shimmery shadows. One palette that's really old alongside and doesn't, perform as well as it used to alongside one palette that's brand new and performs great. The contrasting points of these palettes could be whatever you think works together. But the idea is two palettes that are better together rather than separate. And so that is my Pan That palette theme for 2023. Obviously, you are more than welcome to join in on this. Even if you've already picked a palette and you want to pick a second one to complement it, that would be fine. Just use the #BetterTogetherPTP. And I will have a group of us, because others have joined in since. I know Danny has joined in. I know Misty has joined in. Elizabeth from Shiny Happy Pans is doing this as well. Yeah, I'm sure there's some others that I'm missing. So I will have a list of people that I know for a fact are already doing this project and are already committing to doing this concept. Now, some of these people, like I said, Jessica and Dana are doing other Pan That palette themes. They're kind of combining different themes that work for their palettes. And I do think that I might include the hashtag Kicking It Old School, or whatever the actual hashtag is for that project, alongside of this, because ultimately I am working with some old eyeshadows as well. But I'm so excited to be sharing this theme with you guys because, like I said, I've been sitting on it for like a year and I'm so excited to finally be doing this project. In fact, I literally almost had a panic attack. Not literally, that's a bit dramatic, but I almost had a fake panic attack 5 minutes ago because I paired together 3 combinations like that, and I love all 3 of them. And I think if I would give myself more time, I could pair 20 or 30 or 40 palettes that go together and are better together. And so all of a sudden I was like, do I do this one or that one? And I was like ready to toss out all my plans and go with a whole nother route. In the end, I'm sticking with my original plan. I know this is the longest intro, you guys. I just have so much to talk about. I'm sorry. I hope you can hang on. I will show you the palettes in just a minute. But in the end, I went with my original idea. And maybe I'll be able to finish these eyeshadows off and pick a new pair that are better together to finish out this year. I doubt it, but that would be really cool. Oh my gosh. So like I said, you are more than welcome to join in on this theme if this speaks to you like it spoke to me. But without further ado, let me show you the two palettes that I picked that are better together. Here they are. They're two little quads. They're just little babies. Look at that. Okay, so as you guys know.
Oh yeah, they are babies.
Yeah, they are babies. All right, so as you guys know, I am not ready to quit my Pan That palette from last year. I will be continuing to work on it this year. And with that in mind, I didn't want to overwhelm myself with two larger palettes. Plus, I haven't had a lot of success with completely panning a palette ever. So I figured, let's give ourselves a fighting chance and just do two little quads and pan them together. That is a total of 8 shadows, which makes a full palette together. And this is my Pan That palette for 2023. This is a sample. Probably not a sample. This is a gift with purchase. This is the Teddy Bear Quad from Clinique. When discussing potential baby Pan That palettes over the years, this has been in the running almost every time because I don't think it would be impossible to pan, and I like that idea. And this other palette is the Maybelline Eye Studio Quad in Natural Shock. And wait till you see these two palettes side by side. Look at that. They almost match up perfectly, don't they? So this Clinique palette is all mattes. This Maybelline Quad is shimmers or mattes that are loaded with glitter, but they're all basically shimmery. I think you could see some of the glitters in there. And I think these two palettes will go together really nicely. Now, would I do an all matte eye look? Yeah. Would I do an all shimmer eye look? Absolutely. But do I typically do that? No. Typically, I do a combination of mattes and shimmers to create almost every eye look I do from day to day. And for that reason, I think that these two palettes go better together rather than apart. So it is going to be Neutral City, baby. Of course, I will still be working on my Baby Pan That palette, which is this little duo over here. And it fits right in. I don't think there's any exact dupes. This is definitely more golden. Hold on, let me see if I could open this without dropping anything. Okay, got it. The matte from the Smashbox Duo is close to the second matte from the Clinique Quad. But, you know, we're gonna make it work. So, this is what I will be working on for the next year as my primary Pan That palette. I'm excited. I am totally ready for a year of neutrals. Obviously, I like colorful eye looks too. And I will still have my e.l.f. palette, 100 pan palette, if I feel like pulling for color. Not to mention the eyeshadows I have in pan in every palette, or whatever eyeshadows I put in any other project I put in throughout the year. I have tons of eyeshadows that I'm always working on. But for Pan That palette, it is exclusively neutral for this year, and I'm really excited. I do this to myself every year, but I am cautiously optimistic that maybe I could finish both of these. I don't know, that might be a little crazy because I've never finished anything within 1 year, ever. But don't burst my bubble yet, you guys. I'm not ready to have my bubble bursted. I'm having way too much fun thinking about the prospects of eliminating 2 entire quads from my inventory. So either way, no matter what happens, I'm excited to work on these two throughout the next year. I don't think there's anything more I can say that I haven't already said. If you are interested in seeing what my other options for this project were, let me know and maybe I'll do an Instagram post or a video showing you guys. There were only 2 other options that I created, but I'm sure I could have paired up like my entire eyeshadow collection, because it's, once you start thinking of pairs that go together, it's kind of fun. But anyways, that is going to be it for this very rambly introduction to Pan That Palette 2023. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're excited about this choice. I'm excited to show you progress from month to month. Neither one of these palettes have had a ton of love. I don't want to say they're brand new or untouched, but they're both pretty much brand new. They haven't had a lot of love. So this is my starting point. I will take some intro pictures and we're gonna get going on these palettes starting tomorrow, which is actually January 1st because today's December 31st, but you're watching it on January 1st. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I do appreciate it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.